Alright, we're back. Oops. We're gonna go with the second game between the SF Shock and the Outlaws. Shao, Lunar Colony. Just gonna advance time. Well, can also do this. So, oops. Let's go to normal speed. Okay, butter. Alright. I am confused because again, the overlays are scuffed. But, what are we running here for the Shock? We're most certainly not Raucous, Boink, Jake, Muma, Linkser, and Dante. Okay, so if you're orange, you're the Shock. God damn it, this is so confusing. Okay, orange is Shock. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore the top UI. White is Outlaws. Got it. Alright, cool. So, Outlaws are running quad DPS, it would seem. Or at least they're scouting. Maybe they're keeping Dante. It's just really unfortunate snipe. Uh, yeah, they might keep this. Outlaws are not Outlaws. The Shock are going with the Batiste goats. The idea here is to have, well, basically Batiste has two ultimates. One is the Mortality Field. The other one is his like square. I forget Amplification Matrix. There we go. Amp Matrix. So the idea is to have an insanely tough point presence and then consequent damage buff, heal buff on the point with a Batiste. I don't think he has any other use here other than that. You replace him with Brig, but that's fine. It just means that you can't really play as aggressively, at least not without your bubbles, but hey. At least if the fight starts going south, you have an immortality field. So, Outlaws are just running quad. They're running quad with no Tracer, which is strange. I think Tracer would have been a better choice, but I don't think Raucous is a Tracer player, so that might be the reasoning. Because there's so many things on the side of Shock that can just counter attack visor. So they're pressuring point. Okay. I think you could have done this better, Outlaws, if you did something else. Okay, so Muma is trying to get to the point. Dante needs to be with him. Because the idea is, again, kind of similar to Nepal. So similar to Nepal, you have someone pressuring point, and then a Sombra that's just invisible who's with them. So this forces either Cho Hyubin to rotate alone to the point where he gets hacked and focused down by the Hammond and the Sombra. Now if the rest of the SF Shock just rotate to the point, that's great, because now the quad DPS of Outlaws just have all this free space right here to just get in position and poke. Continuously poke until they have Barrage and EMP. And then after that, you just combo the two ults and it's easy clapper. So let's see what they do. I wish there was a 0.75, but I guess that's... We should be thankful that this thing exists, I guess. Luma's about to die. Needs to back off. He can't really re-engage for quite a bit. He can still pressure point, of course. Perspective is a little bit scuffed. So okay. So let's see their positioning. You have Raucous, who's covering this particular angle, so he can maybe get a snipe. Few snipes on, say, actually, can he? All Shock has to do is rotate over here, and they already kind of have. these guys are not worth. So I think if you're Raucous, you're looking to just keep this particular area clear, maybe. Yeah, I think you're just preventing the Batiste from taking this high ground as well. Or at least zoning them out, helping zone them out. If you're Linkser, this is an okay angle because this is where the Lucio and Zenyatta are, so those are fairly quick pickoffs. You can also just turn and go for a snipe on Rascal. But right now, if you're the Outlaws, you're just looking to poke. You're not really looking to. Well, if you can get a lucky pickoff, yeah, sure. But the idea with this composition is to build an EMP, build a barrage, and kill him. The combination. Ooh, Jake needs seals. There we go. Oh no, Jake got booped in. He does get saved. That's fine. This is still fine for the Outlaws. He needs help though. There we go. Hmm. Wait, how? What? Wait, what? How did he get picked off? Sinatra picks off Linkser somehow. Okay, we slow it down right around here. Where is Linkser? Hang on, where is Linkser? Linkser's over here. He doesn't have. He has half health. Okay. Oh, okay. Sinatra turns for him. And a right click just kills him. That's how. God damn it! I hate that bug. I just click on the screen, it happens. If you're Outlaws, this is fine. You're still building ultimates. That's the point. You definitely should disengage. Raucous might die. He's gonna live. But there's a follow-up. Never mind. So, anyway. Just continue spamming. They're not really gonna commit more into that. Linkser no longer on Widowmaker, now on Hanzo. Hanzo provides a little bit more, what do you call this, shield pressure by using the Storm Bow, that ability, Storm Arrows. You also have a way to divide the enemy team and force out a Transcendence. Apart from that, I still want a Tracer with this. The pickoff potential is just too good to pass up. Again, I don't think Raucous is a Tracer player. I hate when that happens. Okay. They're able to pressure out Super's shield. This, I think, is over. They do force out... Okay, that's a really weird decision, right? So they force out the Transcendence by Tac Visor, which I don't think Violet needed to do. They had plenty of health, and I don't think Raucous's position was going to be able to capitalize on anything. I guess Raucous just popped it out to force them to stay away from the people who were stunned over here by the Earth Shatter. They could just LOS it. Shock. They can just LOS Raucous's Tac Visor. And then Jake, for some reason, goes for... I guess the call was an EMP. Right? I think Dante already had the EMP. So he was supposed to EMP, but then the Transcendence already goes out. Goes for the barrage, gets killed. And yeah, it's just an unfortunate combination of events. They lost this. They should just run away. Outlaws. That's a sign that Numa might be switching. I still think, okay, could maybe win this with an EMP and Mines, but Mines already used, so... their win condition again is okay. You can maybe go for an air dragon strike into an EMP. That's also possible. But again, this EMP from Dante needs to number one come out, number two be really good. So one way that they can do this is pressure point, force the rest of the shock to group up and try to defend the point, or to group up over here. And you can do that by relentlessly spamming super. Like, he would need the rest of this team to just group up with him. Pressure the shield. That's also another way. They didn't get Rascal. I mean, they didn't get Moth with it, so it's really unfortunate. Oof. Okay, in response to the bomb, I guess. I can respect that, But this is already a lost fight. I don't think... Okay, I'm not sure what happened to the point after those pickoffs. Dragon strike the point. They're capturing the point, they're kinda low. And then Jake and Linkser get picked off. So, maybe you could have saved the tack visor. Just wipe and just save the tack visor for the next fight. There is a lot that can counter it, that's why I don't really like the tack visor. I don't really like Soldier in general with this type of composition. Tracer I think is still a superior choice because you have a follow-up whenever Muma just dives in. Yeah, I think Outlaws just overvalued the ults of their composition. I think they could have switched way sooner into something like Goats. They've shown that they are fairly competent with their Goats play now. So, I don't know. I think that should be part of their practice for this one. Yeah, this is impossible for the Outlaws to win now. The only way is if Dante got an EMP again and Jake did a barrage into that EMP.
Initiating.
Come on.
Attackers ready for battle.
Just a bit more.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3.
So, Outlaws opt for a sort of bunker with, well, it's a triple DPS bunker. Not quite CV. CV has a lot of, well, CV being Clockwork Vendetta for those who are not familiar, but yeah. CV's advantage is that you have a lot of zoning ultimates in the form of a Torbjorn's Molten Load, which I will continue to call it Molten Load because you know why. And there's a May Blizzard. Both of them are fairly good zoning ultimates. Outlaws don't really have that other than Jake's. Like, Jake is the only zoning ultimate here because it forces the SF Shock to either split up or not push at all. So yeah, if you're the Outlaws, how do you win with this composition? You try to split up the SF Shock by forcing them to look different directions. Like, yeah, you probably have a Junkrat up here spamming, then you have Linkser who's sniping from the high ground, or over here because it's starting out, and then, or even over here, but this is a bit risky. You can have Dante who's in the back lines constantly hacking, so that means that maybe someone will accidentally walk into the mines of Jake. That's very much a possibility. Then Muma is the biggest bait, right? Muma, if they go on Muma, they kill him. The rest of the Outlaws rotate elsewhere. Boink goes for a res, and then there you go. Muma's alive again, and then the SF Shock just wasted their goddamn time. That's the plan for the Outlaws. If you're Shock, you're just looking to. You're actually looking to pressure the point. You're looking to immediately rotate towards the point. To force them to rotate and do something about you. Okay. Jake planted the trap over there, expecting that they would rotate underneath him. They don't oblige. SF Shock instead go underneath Muma, which means that they're now underneath the crossfire. Like, Jake can spam from here, Raucus can still see them, sort of. Dante can now go for a free EMP charge. We're here in Muma. Linkser is actually over there. That I was wondering where he was. Linkser rotates towards the stairs, tries to get the snipe, so this should fail for the Shock, especially now that Chohyobin is demeched and Rascal is dead. So if you're Shock, maybe you just wipe, because right now you're not doing anything except helping Outlaws build ultimate charge. If you're the Outlaws, you're just chilling. Maybe if you're Linkser and Dante could maybe go here. Maybe go for a snipe and prevent Rascal and Chohyobin's still in there. Rascal from actually joining the rest of the SF Shock. But yeah, you're just stuffing them inside that room. No need to do anything else. Oops. Shock are probably just trying to build ultimates. Linkser needs to go for a snipe on this this Batiste, or maybe Dante can try to go for that as well. But yeah, I think if you're Linkser, you're just looking to either snipe someone here, Rascal, or to position yourself over here. Maybe no, over here with Jake. It's a bit tough because you kind of want to prevent Rascal from ever joining his team, continuously stagger him, but at the same time you might be able to get a pick off on someone during the rotation of the Shock. So, let's see how this pans out for them. SF Shock are trying to rotate towards Muma. Again, Muma is the biggest bait. Yeah. Should not go on him. There we go. Dante is able to clean up Rascal. This should fail. I'm not sure if Muma had the halt. I want to see that again from his perspective. Because the moment that you see, if you're in Orisa and you're seeing this rotate all the way up here, your first instinct should be spam them as much as possible, force out the DM, and then pull them or halt them towards this direction or towards. Well, this is a bit more consistent, I guess. So yeah, halt them over here. So let's see what Uma sees. Okay. Halt is already committed. Oh, okay. Barrier is destroyed, so he has time. Oh, okay. He tried to go for a pull so that they can pick someone off. Because they were confident that without Rascal they would be fine. That the rest of the SF Shock would not push in. Plus there was no shield from Super. So they instead push in. They didn't care. And that's why we now have a really low health Muma. It's taking a lot of pressure. Plus, again, the winning condition for the Outlaws is an off angle, right? To spam the SF Shock from different angles. But right now, Linkser is here, Roxas is here, Jake is here. Dante is the only person who's basically off angling. So if the SF Shock actually did just commit into this, I think they wipe him. So yeah, I think this push wouldn't have happened if Muma saved the yoink to prevent them from walking forward. I think he could have just continuously spammed them instead of trying to go for a pickoff. It's a tough call, I would have to say. There is still this tire, so still kind of fine.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Ooh, what the hell? Dante, please. That's really unlucky. And that's over. This is an over fight. So yeah, that's how they lost. That's how they lost this. Not necessarily just because of that push over here, but because they overcommitted. They thought they could kill the 3 shock members over here. And yeah, that was their bad. They thought they could have, but they couldn't. Unlucky. So I think we're gonna take a short break just for the editing side, but when we come back, we go to game 3.